Hey everybody, it's Sally and I'm in the kitchen and along the line of the Sally substitution recipes, I wanted to share with you my newest gadget that I'm in love with, which is my pressure cooker. I'm getting ready to cook dinner, but I have to have a vegetable that's not a potato because my husband's doing low carb and we kind of try to do that generally. And I'm sure it's not a new recipe to anybody, but in the meantime, I'm going to make the faux cauliflower mashed potatoes, which everybody does in some way or another. But what I wanted to show you was my pressure cooker and how I'm going to do that by cooking that cauliflower. Hold on. My cauliflower has been cut and I've put it in the steamer basket that came with my FAGOR Duo, and this goes in my bigger pot of the two, which is this one, a beautiful heavy-duty pot. I have a smaller pot that came with this that I'm going to cook the pork in, and I'll show you that too. But anyway, this is it. I'm going to put a half a cup of water in this and turn on turn on the stove top, lower this basket in, seal it up, and in 5 minutes or less, actually it's 5 minutes for a whole head that's not been chopped up. If it's florets, it's supposed to be 3 minutes until they're tender. Can you believe that? From start to finish, 3 minutes. So start to finish 3 minutes once the pressure has reached in the pot and it goes up. And I'm going to put this down and cut this off, and I'm going to reposition you so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the pressure cooker. Okay, I have to have the camera low like this because the sun's coming in the kitchen window and I want you to be able to see me put the lid on this thing. So here we do. I put a little more than a half a cup of water in this big pot because I'm paranoid about burning my pot up. I am going to place this thing full of cauliflower, and it's got little feet on it. Now I'm going to show you, I'm going to put the lid on. Oops, and I forgot. This is the gasket. It is silicone. It has to go in. I had just washed it, and I want you to see there are these little buttons on here, and this allows me to seal and lock everything up. And I wish I could get you really closer, but I can't. Let's see if I can get the lid on. Yep. Well, you have to hit it just right to get it. Yep, and then I'm going to slide it. You see, it's a very tight fit. Now I'm going to lock it. That's it. There is a little yellow button that I'm going to show you. Do you see this little button here? It's going to pop up when it reaches pressure. And the minute it pops up, you start counting the 3 minutes. So I'm going to turn you off and I'm going to show you. Hold on. Okay guys, I've moved the camera again. Now I have this on high heat. There's about 2/3 of a cup of water in this big pot, which I guess is taking longer to reach pressure than you'd normally think. It's probably been about not quite 4 minutes, and I keep thinking I hear the pressure building. There also, you might want to see there's two pressures you can cook on, 15 and 8. And this is the one that if it's the 15, it cooks faster. Some vegetables you only want to cook on 8 because they're mush in a minute. Like zucchini's like mush in a minute, or eggplant's mush in 4 minutes. You just can't. But with cauliflower, it's a pretty sturdy thing. So anyway, I was hoping it was going to pop up so you could see, but just so you know, that's all there is. So hold on and I will. Oh, I keep hearing it bubble. No, guess not. In a minute. Okay. Can you see that the little yellow button is popped up? It took a lot longer than I expected it to. I don't know that I didn't have this on tight enough. I mean, it should be very easy, and it normally is. It could be that I already had the stove burner on and the water starting to boil before I put the lid on, because the book does say put the lid on, then raise the thing to steam, because that's what the pressure has to build enough in this big pot with such a little bit of water. In a smaller pot, with more things in it, it comes up. So I set this timer, and in like literally 2 minutes, this cauliflower will be well done. It probably took 5 minutes to come up to pressure, though. I think that's because I did have the stove on before I had the lid on. So anyway, I will be back, and I'll show you in a minute. Okay, here we go. There's the thing, and it's beeping, and it's telling me it's been 3 minutes. So I want you to see there's nothing to it, but I'm going to turn the stove off. I'm going to turn the timer off, and I am going to, now you see I cannot unlock this because the pressure is built up, and with the gasket it keeps everything safe. But there is air that vents out a little bit, so you don't have to be afraid. Now you can take this off by take the lid off by just turning the heat off and letting it sit. can take it off the heat and put it under cold water to get the vegetables out faster or to stop a cooking process. Put it under cold water and it releases the pressure. Or you can do this. That is the vent opener. So you can let all that run out, and then this will unlock when it's safe and not before, and it's done. And that was literally 3 minutes. So I'll get back to you. I'll show you in a minute. Took the lid off. This is cooked like totally through. I don't know if you can tell. It is so tender. So what I'm going to do now, and literally, when I kid you not, when I tell you that was, oh gosh, the light and everything, that was 3 minutes in the thing. That's it. It's done. Now I'm going to take it and turn it into faux cauliflower mashed potatoes, which I throw in my food processor with some milk and some shredded cheese or some butter buds or some real butter or whatever you feel like throwing in. I'll put in some Greek yogurt, I'm sure, to make them like sour cream mashed potatoes, and I might even put some garlic in there too. We'll see. Just thought I would share that with you. That's how the pressure cooker works. Don't be afraid of a pressure cooker. All right, bye.